first off, let's just start from the beginning about creativity and about that. We will definitely try to pivot into toxic positivity in the end, but I do want to start from top to bottom. When you talk about creativity, right, what are some of the aspects that you struggle with to be like as a creative, like in terms of producing work, in terms of, you know, obviously you are your own source of your own music production, as you know what I mean, but also like how do you basically, what I'm asking, how do you not get into the habit of you almost like extracting stuff out of yourself like a worker, but you're is a creative process, you know? How do you not lose yourself in that creative process?
Well, I mean, I think when it comes to creativity, it's sort of a lot of it does come from our own personal like experiences. Like I want to say traumas. I don't want to be too dramatic.
Jeez,
I don't want to be too dramatic.
All
but
roads leads back to trauma.
It does. I don't know. I do feel like everyone has some sort of deep like secret inside them that they just want to like, you know, secretively hide in their little like.
Especially creators. Yeah.
Exactly, like, and I feel like other creatives do like see that in other people's work because we know what to look for because we have it in ourselves too.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I feel like when it comes to creativity and making things, whether it be like artwork, painting, poetry, books, music, whatever, it's sort of like you're having to put yourself into this emotional state where your emotions are on your surface. You're having to also be self-aware about it enough to actually make it into something else that isn't too like, my life is this, my life is that. This happened to me.
It has to be creative. You have to be
you have to use colour. Exactly. Like it will just bum people out. So you have to make it fun, you know.
Medicine of the candy or whatever the fuck.
Exactly. You have to make it into a poetry book and that'll move people. You have to translate it into like painting, like use colour theory, use blue when you're sad or use yellow when you're happy, you know. But it's like, I don't know, the train's there again.
I can hear you, so it's fine, you can go.
Okay, good.
The train cannot stop us. Even the trains cannot stop us. But anyway, yeah, so you're mentioning about like, okay, it's like the negative aspects of creativity, as in like we try to take something deep from within and then try to express that. How does it feel like you're kind of like not whoring yourself up, but like, you know what I mean, taking your stuff that's inside of you and then, because I feel that's terrible turn of phrase, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean, like selling yourself out.
Easier words than whoring yourself out. Yes, but it's selling yourself out to yourself.
We're all just creative whores in the end, aren't we?
We don't even get paid. We're creative prostitutes who don't get paid.
That's so sad. Oh my god.
At least whores get paid. Oh god. Okay. Yes. How do we not let that? How do we not lose ourselves in that? Is what I'm basically asking, and find a way to still enjoy the process.
A lot of us, therapy is one way, because you know we need to like find a way to balance our emotions and also be able to create things. Because if you're going to be emotional all the time, you can't do anything.
Yes.
Like you just. Some days you just have to turn it off, you know.
I see, yeah, exactly, yeah.
I think the point I was trying to make before is that I kind of went on a tangent. I was trying to say that when you are a creative and your emotions are on your surface, sometimes the bad things like your low self-esteem, low self-image and things like that can get in the way of it and cause the toxic productivity. It can be a thing where you stop yourself from going to an audition because you have low self-esteem. Or like you have a low self-identity and you don't know what to write because you're thinking to yourself, I'm an imposter. I don't deserve this kind of thing. Like, who do I think I am trying to write things that people might like no one wants to read my stuff, you know. And that just creates a cycle. Okay,
and we're back. Okay, so basically there's light now. I didn't realize how dark he had gotten, both conversationally and physically, but okay, I think no, this is what we do. We're literally talking about the dark aspects of creativity, so this is exactly what it is. But I think you're 100% right. Just to touch on what you said, just to kind of button that point up and see how it relates to my own experience. I think
your entire life flashes
before I literally like my creative but No, I definitely agree with what you said. I feel like, yeah, you're right. It's there's an aspect of like when you talk about us drawing on the negative aspects of ourselves, and I think even how it turns into like toxic productivity, some people could be running away from their problems. I think it's easy for creatives, especially because we're all like somewhere on the spectrum. I think some creatives are definitely on the spectrum in terms of being able to just see the experiences of the world. Because sometimes I have to like tone down my input because I'm like, there's too much coming at me. So like, you know, some people will try to run away from that because it's too much, instead of accepting that's still how the world is and then adapting. You know, I think some creators fall into the trap of, especially for me, like production, you know, because it's like the more I produce, the more I can, you know, just let it out, and then I can go into the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. We never have time to really sit down and enjoy the things that we like, you know. And I think I wanted to touch on this, I think I mentioned it earlier, about chasing perfectionism, right?
Yeah.
Especially as a painter, right? When you're painting something or you're creating something or even a poem or a story, how hard is it to not fall into the trap of trying to do it because you want it to be perfect, trying to get, like, you know what I mean, like you want to just keep going until it's perfect, and then you can stop. How hard is it? Because I think that's also an aspect of toxic productivity. How hard is it to achieve perfection as a creative, do you think?